Hey, Rob Allen here with TruckMountForums, and today I'm going to be encapsulating. And why am I encapsulating? This office, when TruckMountForums is mostly known for hot water extraction, which is HWE, or truck mounted cleaning, because we are TruckMountForums, right? However, there are certain situations where VLM really does a good job. And this is a great one right here because this is a high security location. It's 6 floors, and there's no access to really get in and out with a truck mount. On top of it, it's not very soiled. It's not very soiled at all, and notice it's CGD. That's commercial glue down on concrete. So I looked throughout this whole building. It has 24 offices, a few huge conference rooms on top of it, some furniture to be moved, and I wanted to see how long it would take me by myself using something like the Life machine. Remember, there's the Vibe. There's also a new machine coming by the way. Keep an eye out for it. It's going to be a little cool machine. It's going to be right below the Vibe, a little bit smaller. You can use in residential. You got the Vibe, you got the spray board, then you got the Life. I got the other machines being used upstairs. We'll take a look at those, but I'm using the Life. Why am I using the Life machine? Well, I love Super Cap Unchained and the Super Cap Spotter, and I'm going to show you a couple cool things about this Life machine. All right? Shameless plug. First and foremost, no cord, Mom. Don't need any cord whatsoever. How cool is that? So all you got to do is push the button. Boom, she goes. Give it the product here. You can spray right in front. And now, it's also a quick change. Now I like to lift the handle on this, and I'll take this out of here, the filter. I'll change this over. And if you want to keep one of these filled, which is a smart idea. Now, if you are working with a crew, it's really nice to be able to have somebody to go back and forth and fill these up, do it on the fly. But I want to see how long it would take by myself, doing 24 offices, and every one of them are at least 10 by 15 or more, right? Oh, by the way, I tilt this handle up so that way it doesn't leak on you, because this is a nice snug fit. It's airtight, watertight, but you want to take the handle, raise it up in the air, because you want this as full as possible. That's how I like to do it. I'll usually put about 4 to 8 ounces Super Cap in there. I like using Super Cap Unchained. Tell you a little more about that in a minute, but let's take a look at how easy this machine is to use. Now, I could be using a tan pad, could be using a white pad, I could be using a microfiber pad. However, this floor is not dirty at all. I walked through the whole building, it probably had 15 spots in it. Think about how large this building is, 15 spots, right? That's just in this floor right here, but every floor is a monster. And I'm gonna take you around this floor and show you all of it, what I did, listen to how long it took, and the square footage on it. But first I wanna show you how the machine works. All you do, push the on and off button. Oh, got to check this out too. When you switch tanks, sometimes you'll get a little bit of a, you might have to prime it, a little bit of airlock in there. Simple fix. What they did, they keep a ball valve on here, turn the ball valve on, turn on your sprayer, so it won't let anything out. You got your button on, and you listen to it. You hear that come up? That's your PSI coming up, and it's clearing it out and priming it for you. How cool is that? So now, put this back into position. Boom, look how easy, nice it sprays. So once you get a good look at that, so let's move this out of the way so you can see how it's operating. I keep a measuring cup, I keep a cap on it. The last thing you want to do, somebody come in here and knock this thing over, and your product's all over the floor. Then you're going to be doing some extracting, right? Don't forget your spotter if you need it on hand. Super Cap Unchained is probably the best crystallizer on the market, so really, after you pre-vacuum real well and you go inside and clean, and use a product like this, it turns into a crystal and encapsulates around any soil that's left over. As they vacuum, it gets out of there. The carpets look beautiful, really bright. It's got an all-natural brightener in there, plus it's got some Unchained in there, so it really smells nice. So when they come in back in tomorrow, it'll smell good, because some of these buildings are kind of stuffy, right? So you want it to smell good. Oh, check out the wheels here. Check out these wheels right here, right? Well, what I do is like to wear shoe covers for 2 reasons. One, I don't want to track throughout the building, right? And number 2 is, it's part of the dog and pony show. You want to make an impression, show you are a better, more efficient, and also, more professional cleaner. That's really important. So, but here's something else too. I like to take and put the shoe covers over the wheels. Why do I do that? Well, when you're doing encapsulation a lot of times, and you're rolling over those spots, and through your patterns, what'll happen is sometimes the black can come off on it, or it can streak a little bit on you. We found if you take a shoe cover or 2, this wheel's so big it takes 2 per side go along there, you're going to notice not going to be any streaks. So check it out as I clean. Now I could be using a microfiber, like I said, could be using an aggressive pad, I could be using, a tan, a red, or something of that nature, but I don't have to use it if the carpets aren't that soiled, and they're not that soiled. So what am I using? I'm just using a standard Super Absorb pad. So this will absorb a lot of moisture. It'll also help me get out some of the soil that's on the carpet, and the rest of it will be encapsulated, and this carpet's gonna look fantastic, and they're gonna have me back. So let's take a look at how easy this machine is to use. By the way, I did this whole floor here, and this machine will go like 4 hours, no problem for you. That's really cool. Once you see it getting low, grab your cord, hook your cord back up, and you can keep on cleaning. So, but personally, I like cleaning without a cord. So watch as I go back and forth here. I'll cut it off as I get down here, and I'll go down the edge a little bit better. And probably turn this corner here. Now this is a pivot point here. So I'm gonna go north to south on this pivot point, give it a couple cleans, right? And then when I come back, I usually just do one clean stroke, one dry stroke, so to speak. I guess you would call it one clean pass, one dry pass, but I overlap. So that way it's almost kind of like cleaning it twice, right? By overlapping it. So I'm overlapping it. Now, when I get to this pivot point, went north to south, and I'm gonna go east to west on it. Why is that? Because we all know people coming in and out of there, turning those corners, it's a lot harder to clean, right? So once you get a good look at this thing cleaning, can you see how the sprayer's working there? See how I'm spraying in front? I just let off of it. Come on back. And you can see where you went real nicely. Watch that wall. And then you can overlap your stroke if you want to. It's up to you, depending on how soiled it is. Traffic patterns, yeah, why not? I mean, this is a hallway to give it some extra. And everybody's got their different way of doing things. Some guys will throw on their pads, clean with the pad first, and then go over with a super zorb. That's up to you. To me, I'm kind of like a detective. I kind of want to see how soiled the carpet is first, and then I'll decide what tools, what products, and things I want to use. All right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's looking nice and bright, nice and clean. One thing I learned about encapsulation, which I'll tell you in a second, so I cut this little noisy sucker off. Plus, I'm going to show you around the building. One thing I've learned with encapsulation that's pretty cool is hot water extraction. Yes, it's true. When carpets are damp, I've learned with hot water extraction, when carpets are damp, that the carpets will, you know, over the next day, they'll brighten up a little bit, right? Because when something's wet, like your clothes, they're a little bit darker, right? But when they dry, they're lighter. So same thing with your carpets. Well, when it comes to encapsulation, you get kind of a better look immediately, and then every day it looks even better. Sometimes a week later, it even looked better than when you actually did the initial clean. So to me, that kind of sold me on it, but it's really great for, I find VLM works great for CGD, something without padding. But if you want to get cut pile with some padding, of course you want to switch over to hot water extraction, especially when you're dealing with pets, urine and stuff like that. So they two different tools, two different purposes. I know some people are cleaning this way inside of homes. I don't approve of that method. I know that most carpet mills don't approve of it because you're really not doing a deep cleaning, you're just doing a superficial cleaning. But in this type of setting right here where the carpet is actually, you know, a very short nap and there's no padding, it actually does great. And if you want to come in every once in a while and hot water extract it and flush it out, hey, more power to you. It depends on what they're going to spend, depends on their budget, depends on your CODB, cost of doing business, and the ROI, return on investment you want. All right, so that's it about the machine. That's it about the chemistry. On top of it, remember you can find this stuff at tmfshop.net. We also sell the machines. I just love the Life machine. Now let me show you around the building and show you a couple tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. Take a look. Okay, let's take a quick look around. You notice the cord there? Haha, move it out of traffic pattern, of course. Super Cap Unchained, like I said, it's a really great product. Super Cap Spotter, measuring cup. You really don't need much around here. Then you got the machine, which I'm gonna show you more of. And over here, of course, I got my little container of all my pads and stuff in it. All right, now we're gonna walk over here. Notice you got your on and off switch. You've got your spray jets right here. Just turn it on and off, ready to go. This is quick change. It's got a filter inside of it. It's really nice. The handle is very adjustable. You can pop the handle loose. It'll really fit into a small compartment. That's really cool. Remember, it's got the lithium battery. We put the shoe covers over top of there. You can add weights to it if you want to, but I don't really need the weights here because the carpets aren't that soiled. I've got the Super Zorb pads on there. Love those pads. They're the best by far, okay? Coming over here, got your jets in the front, and once you get a look at the lithium battery. So it's just a really great and simple, easy unit to use. Now I'm not going to show you the whole building, no need to, But I'm gonna give you a couple tips and tricks here. If you notice in here, why do I have the light off? Well, the reason I got the light off is because there's so many offices here. I turn all the lights on. I cut the lights off on the way out, so I know the room's been done. Because believe me, they all start to look the same when you got 24 offices and a bunch of conference rooms, right? So I'll take the chairs and I'll pull them out, okay? I'll go ahead and do the room, slide them right back in there, and then I'll kill the light, all right? In conference rooms, I do those just a little bit differently. What I'll do in conference rooms, instead of pulling the chairs all the way out of the room, is I'll slide them against the walls all the way around. I'll work my way around and under the conference table, and then I'll go ahead, slide them back, get them all around the outside edges, and I'm good to go. What a beautiful machine, huh? Remember, there's several machines available, so that's kind of cool. All right, I just want to show you one more area as we go through here, because this place just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's just offices everywhere. And it took me, you know, a good 3 hours to do this job, which really isn't much when you consider. And then you break a sweat. Then you break a sweat. It's almost like cutting grass, you know? Put up the endurance, more offices to the left, to the right, through here. So I want to show you one more area. Cut through here. Of course, always be careful. Warn people, you know, the hard surfaces can be slippery, or maybe put down something. But generally, for the most part, nobody's here today. Nobody's gonna be on this floor. That's what they told me. So, got waiting areas in here. This is the last thing I want to show you. I mean, because this place just goes on and turns corners more and more. It's just offices after offices. But check out this conference room here. This thing was a beast to do. See how large it is? And instead of taking the chairs, all I did was just took the chairs, moved them left to the walls, or over to the other table over there, moved them over. Then moved all the chairs out of the way, and then I went around under all the chairs, under all the tables, and worked my way. And then I did all the outside section. So it really went well, you know? Just turned out really nice, can't complain. Still in the drying process right now. Very stuffy in here, as a matter of fact. There's the air conditioning unit over there. I'll probably go and adjust that bad boy. But this gives you an idea of how the place is laid out, why I used the method that I used. And you can use a deep sink, or you can use their sink, whatever you want, but this has a bathroom sink on it too. All right, so that definitely covers all of it right there. Let me just give you a couple little pointers here at the end. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't mind, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, I'm a big believer in the law of reciprocity. I believe if I help you become successful, you help me become successful. You know, I practice what I preach too. You know, I have over 1,000 5-star reviews in my local cleaning company in Virginia Beach. And why is that? Because I offer knock your socks off customer service and mind-blowing quality. And we do the same thing at tmfshop.net. So if you need a machine, you need chemistry, I don't take any shortcuts. I buy the absolute best of everything. And remember, I'm going to be at the trade show. I'll be actually giving a class and a speech down there. And guess what it's going to be on? Hot water extraction versus VLM. Now there's a place and method for every one of them. Remember, the person makes the biggest difference, okay? It's not always the machine as it is the man. However, some machines have limitations. Some methods have limitations. So I'm going to break those down real clearly for you. So if you can make it to Fort Lauderdale, remember, it's a tax deduction. Come on down there. I'd love to meet you. And remember, we're very accessible. You can find me on truckmountforums.com, where we have over a couple million posts. A lot of people just like to research there. And then they come over to our Facebook. And by the way, thank you for helping us cross 20,000 members. We're the largest Facebook industry cleaning group. And it's all because I believe if I help you become successful, you'll help us become successful. So tmfshop.net has become very successful. We carry all the equipment, all the chemicals. And I took that philosophy that I have for my cleaning business and brought it over to the supply end of the business, where, you know, knock your socks off customer service and mind-blowing quality. And that's what it's all about, right? And that's how you build relationships. So please, come on over to the forum, come on over to the Facebook group, our Instagram, our TikTok, or you can just come on down to the trade show. Love to meet you. Or you can come over to Chesapeake and you can check out our new location there. We've expanded it. It's a lot of things. We have a new showroom. Love to show you around. Well, I'm Rob Mount with TruckMount Forums. Hope you enjoyed this video of tips and tricks. Till next time, have a great day.